immediately. Do you know why? Because unlike your rational brain that can rationalize multiple sides of the story, hey, my spouse and I, we want to buy this new house, and here are all the pros, and I'm going to line them up, and here are all the cons, and I'm going to line them up. So technically, you can argue for either side of the story. But your intuition doesn't have a rational brain. It can only tell you the truth. So one of the first places for those of you who are interested in developing your intuition, which plays on this, is you start with your gut. Because science has actually proven there are neural pathways in your gut that will not lie. Your gut actually has a brain of itself. That's why you so often hear people say, my instinct told me, or I had a gut response to that. That is because your gut won't rationalize the story. It can't make up something that isn't good for you. So what happens is, everything that's going on inside your system, there's a series of ideas, beliefs, and values that you started with, given by your caregivers, your parents, your teachers, different life experiences, and they became implanted in you where you decided who it is you wanted to be and what it is that you desired. And so what happens is as you're moving along with life and you develop your intuition is most in sync with your deepest desires and dreams. That's what your intuition is guiding you to. So if you're looking at a situation, even if it's with your child, and you're trying to decide what school am I going to put them in, or what pediatrician am I supposed to use, or what kind of health values. You know, there's so much information about food and what's good and what's bad, or vaccines, what's good and what's bad. Any number of issues that we're all facing to guide these children. How do you know? Because if you listen to the pro side of any argument, you're probably going to be like, whoa, that sounds like a really good idea, health benefits. And then you listen to maybe the anti-side or the opposite side, and you, well, wait a minute, I'm supposed to go over there. This development of the intuition helps cut through all of that. And the way that you start developing your intuition is to first acknowledge that you have it. Because everyone in this room know that they have intuition. And how many people rely on it pretty regularly? That is awesome. So I'm curious, would anyone in this room like to develop their intuition a little more? Because if so, I'd love to do a little exercise with you guys. 2 minutes, I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes. Not yet. About 2 minutes. Maybe less, depends on how long it takes you to get through the explanation. I've learned to give the explanation first. It works better. So what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, and I'm going to ask you to imagine a scene. This could be like mountains, beach, desert, whatever is serene for you, whatever makes you comfortable. And then I'm going to have you look at two paths. Don't worry, I'm going to guide you through the whole thing. It's a nice meditation. And the biggest thing I want you to do right now when I'm speaking is think of a question you want to have answered. And best that the question has a yes or no or a left or right kind of answer. Can you all do that? Okay. So right now as you're closing your eyes, I want you to start thinking of a question that's pretty basic. And I don't really want it to be too intense because we're developing the intuition. And if you have too much of an emotional attachment to the outcome of this question at this moment, you might be biased. And I really want you to feel the power of your intuition. So maybe a benign one. Do the kids go to school A or school B? You know, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you to all close your eyes. And take a deep breath. And take a moment to still your emotions the best that you can. And as still as you can, bring yourself into this present moment and continue to formulate that question. And as you do, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and start picturing that scene. Whether it's a beach with palm trees, nice tropical breeze, you're out camping in the sequoias, maybe even you like the mountains or desert. And take a few more deep breaths as you create this scene and you feel your body calm itself even more. And now I'd like for you to create for yourself. Make them very clear. It could be like an entrance into a cave, two paths onto walking onto the beach. And once you have those paths, I'd like you to put your question out there and put option A in front of one path. So that would be one option or answer or solution. And then on the second path, put the second answer solution. And just look at those two paths for a moment in front of you. And as you're ready, I would like you to walk down path number A, or your first option. And as you do, I want you to really try it on. I want you to see how you feel. I want you to try on the clothes that you have on, the food you'd be eating, the people that you'd be talking to, and really feel as intensely as you can this choice. How would it really feel? Because the more detail you can get, the more you're going to get a really strong response. And as you sit with this question, I'd like you to take a scan of your body. Very gently, without judgment. Does it feel heavy, light, expanded, contracted? Take any mental notes of how your body feels at this moment. And then once you do, take one more look around your environment and take notice of the kind of colors and lights that you see around you. Is this option light and bright? Is it bold and opaque? Or is it very translucent and light and pastel, airy-fairy colors? Once you've assessed both the lighting that you see around you and the feeling in your body, I invite you to walk back to the path where the opening space is, your serene spot. And once you're in this serene spot, I invite you to take anywhere between 2 and 3 deep breaths to really process what that choice would mean for you. And when you're ready, I invite you to go down path B, or your second choice. And while making this choice, we're going to do the same. You're going to look around to see what people would show up if you made this choice, what kind of food you'd be eating, what kind of clothes you'd be wearing, how you'd feel in your body, what kind of result that you'd expect, and assess the best you can what would taking on this choice mean for you in your life. And once you feel really grounded in this image around you, as we did before, scan your body without judgment as to whether it feels light, rounded, heavy, contracted, expanded, or any maybe noticeable things in your body. Does your arm hurt? Is your stomach feel a certain way? Any noticeable physical signals that are coming up for you. And once you've got the signals from your body, look around you again at the colors. Are they light and bright? Are they dark and bold? Pastel and translucent? And once you've assessed all of that information, I invite you to walk back through the path to the serene opening. And once you're in the opening, I invite you to turn around and look at both paths, both A and B. And take note if one is brighter, darker, lighter, bolder, more colorful. Just take note at what you see between the two choices. And once you have that information, open your eyes, and when everyone's eyes are open, I'll tell you what it all means. First of all, before I tell you what it means, I'm just curious. Did anyone get clarity that they didn't have before on the question they were asking? Awesome. Anybody else get a little bit more clear about? Awesome, awesome, yay, great. So good. As you can see from that exercise alone, anytime you get stuck in a situation where you don't know, if you apply this, you're going to get a deeper answer, one that's aligned with your soul.